Hello, my name is Lora Jung and our team member is Emma Hildebrant, Ava Sweeney, Hermione Henderson. Have, have you noticed we spend more than 7 hours at the school? We spend almost a third of our time at the school every day. Many teenagers spend time doing homework for their classes. Of course, teenagers need a right amount of time to study and have a social life. But today's schools deprive teenagers of their right to live more freely and experience the wider world. Instead of having free time to spending doing extracurriculum and hanging out with friends, they often spend more of their afternoon studying and hanging out, doing homework. Even after extensive school day, also now teenagers are living under stress from the many problems they have with school. Lack of sleep is a huge problem that many students face today. At this age, they need at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep. But studies have shown that 7 out of 10 high school students are not getting the required amount per night. They are too young to struggle with these problems and they need a lifestyle that fits their age to reach maturity. To sum it up, we should shorten the length of our school day to prevent teens from being sleep deprived, allow them to have more time to spend with friends and after school activity and to help improve their mental and physical health.
The issue with such a time-consuming school schedule are the negative effects it's having on students both mentally and physically. The number one arising issue in teenagers is sleep deprivation. According to a 2006 National Sleep Foundation poll, more than 87% of high school students in the United States are getting far less than the recommended 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night, and this is only getting worse. Sleep deprivation is increasing the likelihood of teens suffering from a plethora of negative consequences, such as the inability to concentrate, poor grades, driving accidents, anxiety, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. When students enter high school, a typically earlier school start time disrupts their natural circadian rhythms. According to a Johns Hopkins sleep specialist, Lora, teens experience a natural shift in their circadian rhythms. This means it's difficult for them to fall asleep before 11 p.m. And according to Johns Hopkins pediatrician Michael Crosetti, teenagers experience a second developmental stage of cognitive maturation, meaning they need more sleep than, say, a 10-year-old. With the average high school start times falling between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning, teenagers are forced to get up between the hours of 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., depending on how long it takes for them to get ready and drive to school. We also have to keep in mind that most students are participating in after-school activities, spanning from sports, art, music, fitness, jobs, and many more activities that keep them busy. Some students are even involved in multiple. These activities can begin anytime after school lets out and last late into the evening. For example, I'm partaking in my high school spring musical, and for the past 2 weeks we've had rehearsals that start when school ends and last until 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. at the latest. Students are expected to attend school for 7 hours, maintain the hours of homework given to them, get 8 to 10 hours of sleep, enjoy extracurricular activities, and enjoy the privilege of being a teenager, which is why early school start times and the hours that we put into school are having negative consequences.
A clear solution to the overwhelming demands of school schedules is to delay start times to better align with teenagers' biological sleep cycles. Research from American Psychological Association shows that later school start times allow students to get the recommended 8 to 10 hours of sleep, improving focus, academic performance, and mental health. The American Academy of Pediatrics also recommends that middle school and high school start no earlier than 8:30 to ensure students get sufficient sleep. The AAP highlights that early school start times to disrupt adolescent circadian rhythms, leading to sleep deprivation and negative impacts on their health and academic performance. By delaying school start times and promoting better sleep practices, school can reduce stress, improve well-being, and create an environment that fosters both academic success and overall health.
My name is Hildebrant, and this is just a small graphic of the average amount of sleep that teenagers get. So as you can see, and this is in the US, the required amounts are much lower compared to like 6 and 7 hours, which is how much the average US teen gets. While the solution to this problem is a simple fix, it still requires a lot of work and dedication to put into action. Awareness, advocacy, and taking initiative is required from students, parents, and educators to make a big change. It sounds intimidating, but it starts with baby steps. According to a survey conducted by School Start Time, 90% of students surveyed believing starting school later than 7:30 would improve their academic performance. This highlights just how many students recognize the problem and want to change. There is strength in numbers, and if enough people start advocating for this issue, there is no way school boards could ignore it. Some ways anybody can advocate for change include talking to school officials, raising awareness of the problem, and working with community leaders. In addition to speaking up about the problem, students could try attending school board meetings, collaborating with health professionals to back up the benefits of later start times, and using social media to spread awareness. If everyone plays their own small part, we could create an education system that prioritizes student well-being and performance. To conclude, it's clear that there is a huge flaw in the education system, and it is failing students by depriving them of sleep, social lives, and time for extracurriculars. By doing so, it is negatively affecting both their physical and mental well-being. This issue revolves around the extensive length of school days and early start times. Since most schools are in session for over 7 hours, it cuts into the time students need to spend sleeping and overall just enjoying their childhood. They should be able to make fun childhood memories, but instead they're stuck sitting through 5 to 7 classes per day with only a short break for lunch. By delaying school start times, students would see improvements in their mental and social health as well as academic performance. This plan can be achieved through advocacy and hard work. If students and educators come together, we can easily make a change. With all this in mind, I encourage you to consider what you can do to help the students of your community. Thank you.